Hello and welcome. I'm Natalie. Let's talk about money. So I actually want to wish everyone a happy Memorial Day and hoping that you are remembering all of the people that have given themselves basically to us in this country. So thank you for all of those people. My father was in the military. He did not pass in the military, but he was in the military. So I do remember him on this day and I hope you do the same for all of your people that you know. But we're still here to talk about money. So I was thinking about all of the things that people do on Memorial Day. And the main thing I kept coming back to was having like a backyard party, basically, like a barbecue or just a backyard party. And so then I started thinking, well, how much does this cost? Are we spending $100 for this? Are we spending $500? Are we spending $1,000? Like, what are we doing here? I watched a video from someone who focuses on MLMs, and then she's now moved into influencers. And so she was talking about how people are spending $3,000 to $5,000 on these child birthday parties. And so that is just questionable. And so I looked into this just for Memorial Day specifically, but for all of the small parties, you may have one for Father's Day, you may have had one for Mother's Day, you may have one for 4th of July, or, whatever. The small parties that you do kind of in your backyard just for fun. So if you are someone who regularly hosts holiday parties, here are some simple tricks to save you some money. All right. So basically, we just want to keep everything simple. So stick to a simple 2 to 3 color theme or motif. Like Memorial Day would maybe be red, white, and blue, and perhaps some of those same decorations, some of those same colors could be then reused for your 4th of July party if you do multiple parties during the year. And if you're to do Father's Day, maybe it's going to be like blue and gray or red and white or whatever. And again, perhaps you can use some of the same decor. Like for Memorial Day and 4th of July, those are probably the two simplest that you could reuse products, like flags, if you have little flags in the yard or what have you, but keeping the same basic color scheme without a whole bunch of different colors. When you start getting into the red, the blue, the purple, the yellow, the green, it starts to look like a kid's party. And we don't want a kid's party, we want an adult party. So just keep it simple, and 2 to 3 colors is plenty. And then along with the colors are also the foods. So keep your foods simple. Don't come up with some extravagant, sushi bar type of thing, unless you're a sushi eater and that's all you ever eat, then that's fine, whatever. But if you are a hot dog and hamburger type of person, get out there and get some hot dogs and some hamburgers out in your backyard. So realistically, people, when they go to a small party like this, they're not expecting some extravagant, rolled pizza from Italy or anything like that. Oh, it's storming. There are no outdoor parties for us today. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but I'm going to continue. So the basic hot dog hamburger theme, that's pretty typical for most parties in the backyard. And then you could do chips and dip for your sides. You could have fruit for your sides. You could also use fruit for the desserts. You could have cupcakes for desserts or cakes for dessert. Keep it simple. Keep it something that you can either make or grab from the grocery store inexpensively. You don't want to spend $400 on a cake, for example. People are eating it. They're not going to go, have it as a decoration. So make sure it's edible, but make sure it's not too expensive as well. And then also ensure you have enough food in different areas so that anyone who's allergic to certain items is still going to be okay. So if you're like my nephews, both of my nephews are allergic to nuts. And so if you have peanuts or almonds or cashews in everything, that ruins it for them because they can't eat anything. So maybe you keep the nuts out all completely is what I would recommend. But maybe you have fruit for those people and salad for those people that don't eat meat, because I'm not a big meat eater. And maybe you have hamburgers and hot dogs for the people that don't like the fruit and salad or whatever. Make it a mix so that anyone who is allergic or doesn't like certain foods still feels like they're welcome and still feels like they can join in. And also make sure that you're not making a bunch of food that has to stay cold or has to stay warm. So if you do these items that require mayonnaise, that's real touchy and someone's going to get sick, because if it doesn't stay cold enough, it can cause havoc on people's stomachs. So I would recommend staying away from those types of foods if possible. You don't want anyone getting sick. And then for drinks, now if it's going to be mostly kid-based and lots of children will be there, obviously have lemonades and fruit punch and, water. Everyone needs water no matter what. And if you are having adult drinks as well, maybe have some beer. I'm not a beer drinker, so I don't even know how that works, but maybe have some beer, but maybe have one special cocktail that everyone can test out. So maybe it is, I can't think of a single one. The only thing I can think of is a Long Island iced tea, because that's always what I get. But you're not going to do that at a party. So maybe it's just a simple vodka cranberry, something like that. That's another one that I like. Keep it simple. And if people don't like it, then they don't have to drink it. They can go back over to the lemonade stand or the water, right? And if it's holiday themed, maybe add some color to it. Add some raspberries or add some blueberries to make it red, white, and blue or something like that. Now, if you are a person that sends out invitations, and so you can create these types of emails or these types of invitations on websites like Canva, which can be free. You can upgrade and get some that are even nicer, but you can find websites or apps where you can create invitations for free. And so I would encourage that. You can usually use your own pictures. If you have a picture of your family, or if you have a picture of your yard that has this big blow up tent or something, you could add that into your invitation. But again, keep it simple. You want to just basically have the basics. So the time and the place, the food and drink plans, like are you going to have food? Are you going to have drinks? What to bring if applicable, because some parties you don't bring anything. Something is just not right. Maybe you might ask people to bring sides, or maybe if it's your family, you would ask them to bring, you're going to have the main course and maybe you ask them to bring the sides. You ask them to bring the desserts. Or maybe for an adult party, you ask people to bring their own wine or bring a cocktail to share with people. Not a cocktail, but a liquor to share with people. And so just make sure that if you're doing that, that you have a plan for how to set this up, because you need a table or somewhere to put, said drinks or food if people are bringing food to you. And then if you're creating invitations, be sure that you say whether the party is going to be based inside or outside. So right now, again, it's storming outside. So if I would have had an outdoor party, it would have flopped and we would have been hovered in my tiny little living room, right? And so make sure you have a plan if it does rain, and also include that in your invitation, because if I'm going to an outdoor party, I'm going to dress appropriately and make sure I have bug spray, or at least have bug spray on me. And so people want to prepare. Maybe they want to wear a hat to block their face from the sun or what have you. Now, some people like to have activities. Now, the article that I was reading about parties said that they found that 45% of partygoers enjoy those parties with outdoor games. So 45% of people that were surveyed appreciated having a game outside. So the most standard, I'm in Texas, the most kind of standard game down here is cornhole. Everyone has cornhole. We do cornhole for everything, at work specifically. And then also, if you're outside having a party, you could do a water balloon toss. That'd be fun for the kids. They'll be sopping wet, so make sure you have towels. But water balloon toss would be fun for everyone. Maybe you have a scavenger hunt. Maybe you hide, if it's Memorial Day, maybe you hide little red, white, and blue things, gifts around the yard or what have you that people can find. And so just keep it very simple. Don't go out spending thousands of dollars on games and tents and all the foods and all that. That's unnecessary. And then the last thing is garbage. So, obviously you must have a garbage can that you bring out to the curb every week for your actual garbage. Perhaps you put a huge garbage bag in that as one and have it out further away from people. But then also have your standing garbage cans just kind of dispersed throughout the party. So maybe you have one near the door of the house, which is maybe your kitchen garbage can that you normally use. Clean it up a bit, make it look good. Use that. Maybe you buy one from the Dollar Tree and have a couple of those laid out around the yard so that you have easy places for people to throw away. If you use disposable cups and forks and plates, it's easier to clean up, obviously. Now, some people are against that. So some people want to use, I don't know, I guess real china. I don't know. But if you were to at least use paper cups and plates, then that, is a little bit better on the environment, but can still be disposable. And perhaps at Dollar Tree, they have these little to-go cartons similar to what you would get at a fast food restaurant that does like chicken and biscuits and stuff like that, where they have the fold over top. They have those at Dollar Tree. So maybe provide some of those and then encourage people to take some treats home with them so that you then don't have 28 hamburgers in your fridge for the next week going bad. So maybe encourage people to take a treat to go and put it in your little to-go box. So that might be a great idea. And also help so that you still have a fridge left when you finish your party and you don't have a whole fridge full of leftovers from your party. So that's it. Just keep it simple. Just keep it inexpensive. Something that people can just enjoy. You want them to enjoy each other and yourself. You don't want them to just look forward to the food or just look forward to any gifts. Have people just look forward to being around and being with you. Simpler is just easier on everyone involved. I've never seen anyone confused at a simple party. It's just easier that way. Now remember to invest in yourself today so that you can make a difference for others tomorrow, and give the video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, you should hit the bell so you know when the next video comes out. I thank you so much. Y'all have a great one.